Hello, welcome to me repositioning my microphone slightly. Sorry. It always feels like it's in the right place, but then when I actually start streaming, I realize that it's not exactly in the right place. There we are. So, welcome to the Milton Valley Railroad. This stream was supposed to happen on Saturday, but it did not because of technical issues with Trainz, basically. But here we are now, and it is exciting because we are going to work on an area which we have not worked on for a long time. So actually, let me get up the playlist so we can see when we've actually worked on that area last. Hello, Kangafango. Gosh, feels like 11 days since last one of these. 11 days. Who knows? Okay, so if I were to go into playlists, go down to the live archive, 200 streams, yes, of course. Then if we scroll down, a bit further, here we are, this area. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong camera. I wanted this one. There we are. So we're going to work on this area, down where the mountains begin, where the wide river is that crosses over this bridge and goes into the flat lands. So the last time we worked on this specific area, let's say this stream, because it looks like here, this one was the one where we put on the kind of marshland area around there, was in episode 39, or maybe 40 at a push. It is now, one moment, just let it load. Actually, you can't even see that, it's off it's now episode 201 of my Trainz live streams. Hello, welcome, Eliza VGR. What tunes do we play this time? How about railroad songs? Like, for example, the Settle Carlisle Railway, or Poor Paddy, or something like that. Or maybe the Santa Fe one, Santa Fe All the Way, which is one that was recommended to me and that I looked up and I actually really liked. Yo, what's up? I'm on my way home right now and saw a freight train go by. Oh, very nice. How's your trip? Mick. Yes, Mick is cool. Trainz 2012 train music. You got it. Okay. UP, great big rollin' railroad. Yeah, of course. Okay, so for the most part, this entire area up here is finished. I say for the most part because there are a few things that we still need to do, as always. For example, last time we worked on this, I put on some foliage around the river, which actually adds a lot to the look of it, makes it look much more real and interesting. So that is a thing that I will do, that I will add to all or most of the rivers up in this area. But that is a boring thing, and that's a pass I'll do later. So we also need to add some 3D bushes on the edge of the forest in some areas. Like, for example, over here, this area could benefit from having some of those 3D bushes in here, in addition, not in replacement. But that's again a thing we'll do later, and maybe a few other details as well. But for now, like I said, we're going to be working on this area, which looks just as unfinished as I remember it. Hold on, what's my render distance? Let me quickly turn my render distance up slightly, just so we can see what it looks like properly. So yeah, here we are. We've got the line coming down from the mountains here, crossing over the bridge and connecting up with the main line. And the scenery over on this bit is mostly finished. I may go back through and place some more trees around near the shore, maybe. I don't know yet. Depends if I think that it will improve it or not. But improving this bit is not exactly what we're going to be working on. Instead, we're going to be working on, well, firstly, lowering the render distance again. Instead, what we're going to be working on is improving this area. Yes. So let's get started. Firstly, this locomotive is in the way. Remember way back when... Oh. I see. Hopefully this will fix itself soon. Remember when we put this down to test out the main line? That was a long time ago, wasn't it? Oh yeah, when I went to North Conway Station, I got UP SD30-2 and some rolling stock. Do you mean with got? Do you mean as in you saw them, or do you mean you bought models of them, like for model railways, or what do you mean by when you got that? Okay, so I might as well delete it. Also, shadows, just so you know, when loading limestone, the dust is very little or none at all. That is very useful, and I have considered maybe removing the wall, because when I shot the cinematics, it did obscure the train in the station a bit. So, yeah, that is very useful. Thank you very much. If you're curious about what we're talking about, it's the second episode of my Haddon-Cott Tramway series, which went live today. Yes? Yes. Yes. Or maybe got a life-size replica model train. It's HO scale. Ah, yes. Lovely. It depends on if it's crushed or rocks. I suppose it would. So, the first thing to do is decide what the river is going to do. So, the thing about this area is that I've got a lift bridge here, which means that boats are expected to go along this river, which means that, well, for one thing, I'm going to have to put in a little port when I make the town over here. And the other thing is that if this double-track main line is intended to cross the river like I had originally intended for it to do, it is either going to have a bridge that is tall enough for the boats to fit through, or it's going to have a lift bridge as well. Now, I think... I'm not sure if another lift bridge would look good, or if it would make this one feel less special. Another option is to have the river maybe turn northward a little, and have the tracks just go along the side of it. And I think that that's probably what I'm going to do. Oh, you're gonna go. Oh, hold on. Yes. Well, bye-bye. Thank you very much for coming. Hope you guys stays so amazing. Yours too. I need to watch that. Oh wait, I already have. Thanks for stopping by. Yes. So that is what I'm going to do. DevBB, hello, welcome. How are you today? I wonder, did I make these into 5-meter baseboards yet? I don't know. I suppose we'll see. So if I make this curve over that way. Sort of like that. Then as you can see, the main line's already pretty much got the right angle, and would also work with it being on an embankment in case of flooding. I need to switch to the correct layer. And put on the filter. Yes, in that order. Quite good. Looking forward to the 7th of next month to see the Union of South Africa. Ooh, an A4. Where are you going to see her? It's on the ELR I live next to. Ah, very nice. East Lancashire Railway? Yeah. Okay, and I am going to have portals back here, so that I can spawn and despawn trains for AI traffic. Okay, so like that for a base. Let's put in the water and see if that makes the river look any better. I think it will. Yeah, I think I only ever saw one A4, and that was a long, long time ago. It was Bittern in BR Green. It was over in Swanage. Okay, okay. Now, hold on, why? Oh, right, that, of course. No, that's fine, that's fine. Now, I'll get rid of that brown, because I don't need it here. Oh, right, Weymouth. Yeah, you're right, it was Weymouth. I thought it was Swanage. No, it was Evening Star in Swanage, wasn't it? That was in Swanage, wasn't it? I don't remember. Actually, I think I remember, but I was mistaken about the other thing as well. £60 is tempting for a one-off ride. Depends on what your resources are. So Bittern and BR Green, Weymouth and Swanage, I think, too, many years back. Now time to play one of my personal collection. I see. 2010, 11? Oh yeah, Evening Star and Swanage. Okay, so let's get started working on the muddy banks. So a model of it in Kingsbridge too. Kingsbridge, that sounds familiar. Almost as if I've been there myself. One moment, let me just adjust the slope to make it a little smoother. Now I don't have to put a lot of detail in here, because you're not going to go back there. You're only going to be able to see that from over here when you're going over the bridge, and then you're looking at it from such a shallow angle that you're not really going to see much anyway. Oh, that's what you're going to play? Let's see what this is. I see. I don't think I've ever heard of that before. Can't listen to it at the moment, unfortunately, because, well, I'm live streaming, and so that would not work well with copyright. I guess I could listen to it over there, but I really want to build. Okay, something like that. And then go back to a smaller brush and just put in some of those waterways going in through here. I will tighten these areas up a little bit, but first I'm going to take it away and then I'm going to put it back. Alice Yai? Alice Yidra. Yidra? Alice Yidra, hello. Wydra, or maybe Alice Wydra, perhaps. Let me know if you don't want me to play it. Well, it's not on stream, so you can play whatever you want. I mean, in theory, I could be playing music and you would have no idea because I'm not recording the game audio at the moment, although you can hear that there is no audio, which means that I actually don't need this Although actually, actually, yeah, I should see it pop up if there's a follow. So when playing and not building, how long is the route in time? I haven't tested in a long time. So I'm assuming when we're driving on it, how long does it take you to go along it? I don't know, honestly. Like for most of this down here, this track speed limit is 55, I think it's 55 miles an hour. Then over here it's 40. Back here it's, I think, 30 or 25 miles an hour or something like that. And then up here it's, I think, 35 for most of it, a little bit of 25 over here, a little bit slower speeds in some areas, but I honestly don't know how long it would take. It's been so long since I've driven on a lot of this. Shadows, don't think you saw VGR's 2021 message. Oh, it's not. It keeps forgetting about the timestamps in chat. You won't understand the lyrics, but it's a song about relieving yourself in the backyard. Oh, I see. Okay, I think that should probably be good enough for the waterways. Now I'm going to just tighten up a few of these areas a little bit more to not make it look as blobby as if they were just brush strokes. Welcome to Romania, enjoy your stay. I see. Should I take it that that is a customary practice then? Also, regarding the Haddoncourt tramway, I have already started shooting footage of building the branch up to the iron mine. So that's exciting, and it looks really good. Okay, I'm probably not going to bother putting any sort of reeds or anything like that along here, because again, you're not really going to see it. I would just take up performance. Ah, ooh, nice. Can't wait. There's an area on that is reminiscent of an area on this map, actually. It wasn't intentionally built to mimic it, but it did end up looking a little bit similar. But it's not finished yet. I've only done the terraforming work on it. I haven't put any of the forest or anything down like that. The area I'm referring to is this little bit. It looks a little bit like this. In that there are two bridges with a waterfall, with a river going underneath, a little waterfall there. But the position of the rails and road is reversed, and it does look different, but it is reminiscent of it. It wasn't supposed to be, but it did end up being that a bit. Okay, I guess it's time to start painting on the mud. And here I'm actually going to increase the brush, not the brush size, but the texture size to, I don't know, what was it before? Was it mid? No, it was, I'm going to put it back up to mid. Okay, don't really need to put too much texture down there where it's obscured by the water texture anyway. Although, actually, I suppose I should probably be putting down the darker texture underneath there, right? Oops, that's not the right way. There we are. Okay. I guess I need to fix this little seam here. Texture-wise as well. One moment. There we are. So, am I going to need more reeds back there or not? Let me quickly increase the render distance a bit, just so I can make sure that I'm actually seeing all the reeds that are here. I don't think so. I think that looks good enough. Although, actually no, that does already go a little further than I thought. But I will place a few here, just over here on this little mud island. And now that I'm thinking about it, I might just put a few on here as well, just so that when you're back here, it does look like it's at least starting to go around the curve. Okay, now I need to make the road continue on. Do I still get the lice effect? Oh no, I think that was only with the special effects turned on, which there's basically no chance of me being able to run at the moment with Service Pack 5. Yeah, post-processing. Okay, and I think I need to do a little bit more terraforming here because I think the mud layer is a bit too high up. Yeah, it actually goes back down to the road, which it shouldn't. So I'm just quickly going to lower that down here. And I might increase the height of the road a little bit, because if you've already got this hill, then it would be smarter regarding flooding and things like that to have the road a bit higher up. It doesn't need to be perfectly flat back here. You're not really gonna see it anyway. Increase the render distance. Yeah, the road looks very much prone to flooding. One wave and splash, road gone. Well, and road buried. What's next? Do you mean music-wise, or in what regard? Yes, music. How about the soundtrack to Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan? Yes, you're right. It is the second motion picture. The second Star Trek motion picture. You got it. Great. Thank you very much. Okay, so do I want a road going underneath here on this side as well? If so, where would that go? I think maybe having a road going up here and into the forest might look quite nice, although maybe a dirt road might work quite well there. Did I have one of those up here? I think I did. Is this the right kind of road? Yes. Okay, so where would this go? Well, I might have a... Actually, we've got this road that's accompanying the railroad tracks. So if I bring this over there, and then have the dirt road branch off, cross over the tracks, and then go under the bridge, that might work quite nicely. Let's put it in... Actually, I might even be able to use this as a divider for maybe if I want to have fields on one side, because I might want to put fields in this center bit, and then maybe wetland on the other side of the little road. I think that could work. Hold on. Let's move this blind point over a little bit. There we are. I have a feeling that the reeds are what is causing the performance issues here at the moment, because they are animated. I might just replace them with the... TB grass assets that look like reeds. Strange. Not chats... Not showing up on stream again. What do you mean? Oh, there it is. Oh, it must have just been my previous one then. I do not know what you mean. Sorry. Yes, there is the stream title. Milton Valley Railroad Area Connection live stream of route buildingness. After all, what else would it be? Okay, so I'm going to save, just in case I want to revert back to this and in case it crashes, but it should work. And then I'm going to try what it would look like if I were to replace these reeds with some of those TB grass assets. TB grass. Which ones did I want? Nope, not group 6, group 5? Nope. Grass edge spline, no, it would need to be an object. Ah, maybe this one could work. But, this one's the one I was looking for. 10, but without shadows, and I can't really see what it looks like, unfortunately. Tell you what, I am going to quickly have to turn shadows onto low, and then see what it looks like. Yeah, someone, probably the author, should really do that. Also, I learned an interesting word today. It is the word agrestic, which means to do with the countryside, as opposed to urban. Okay, let me quickly turn the shadows onto low. It should be enough. There we go, now it's quit. Open it back up, come on. Come on, come on. Okay, it looks like it's working. Agrestic as in agriculture. Yeah, I think that it's connected in that way, but I haven't researched it. I only heard the word. So it goes. Yes, so it goes indeed. Agrestic, rural, suburban, urban, downtown, sewer. And then the sewer goes back into the agrestic area. That is the true circle of life. Well, technically nutrients. Oh yeah. Yeah? I see. It's just loading into the root. I might as well switch over now, but yeah, there you can see. Yeah, all these animated objects. Let's have a quick look at our... I think maybe these grass objects might look quite nice. These ones. Although... it's going to be interesting to see what they look like on the slopes. Okay, I think I've only used these here, but just in case, I'm going to do in current section only. That's okay. Let's have a quick look over here. What would that look like? I'm going to try... Actually, I am going to try to do every one route. Can always replace them later. What does that look like? Yeah, that doesn't look good. It's floating. Let's undo that. And let's try that other small little group. Although maybe it's not even impacting performance that much. I don't know. Nope, not mud overgrown. I want to update the cattails. Do they only come in a star pattern? You mean the objects? The grass, I mean? Well, there are groups of different sizes. There's that group size, then there is... oh, hold on. And there is that smaller group size. And with some of them, there's also a third size, but those two sizes. I want to try this one. Yes, they are groups of stars. They are 2D assets. Yes. I think that looks better, but maybe not ideal. Yeah, it's still floating a bit. Well, maybe that wouldn't be the worst thing, although you can kind of see it down there. No, that wouldn't work. If you look at them from the side, the star shape's not as obvious. Let's try a small group of 10. Grass 10. Nah, that doesn't look good either. Actually, it might be the season, now that I'm thinking about it. Because these grass assets are, in fact, seasonal. And the thing is that I don't think that these cattails have lodding either. Yeah, you can see all the way back there. They're still being animated. So they don't have any level of detailing, which is unfortunate. Although these are floating as well a bit. I guess it's just not as obvious with these ones. Let's have a quick look and see if I can find something that might work a bit better. Too dark. And those groups are too large as is. I don't really want to spend too much time doing this. I think I'm just gonna leave it and hope. I mean, the performance should be okay for people. Given how laggy Trainz is for me anyway, this shouldn't be too much of an issue. I just thought it would be nice if I could have it run smoothly on my end while I'm building the things, but maybe that is too much to ask for. Let's give it a try with this one. Nah, that just looks like tiny little clumps of grass. That won't work. Here's the grass sedge, but that's groups too large. Something like that might be nice, but again, with a large group, it's going to be floating. Maybe try this one, although that does look a bit too small. One moment. There's someone at the door. 1 moment. Hello, welcome. I'm back. It was just someone at the door that I had to get quickly. It was just someone wanted something. It's fine. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this now. I've spent long enough on this little bit. Maybe if it's an issue, I'll get back to it later, but for now I'll just have to deal with it. That's okay. So, let's quickly finish this little area back here. Going to move the trees aside and quickly just paint underneath it. These ones, I guess I'll just delete these ones because it's so far away. It doesn't matter. It's quicker this way. Okay, now I'm going to grab the gravel texture and paint that underneath a little bit. I've still not grabbed it. There we go. Yes, and there's a 10-meter grid size baseboard, so that's why it's a little bit rough painting in the dirt underneath. At some point here it should transition to 5-meter. There we go, now it's transitioned. Okay, there we are. Do a little bit of a touch up on this area because there's too much on the right and not enough on the left. Just a little bit like that. And I guess the next step would be to decide if I want a little bit of forest in any of this area. Let's just quickly get rid of this line. I think maybe having a little bit of forest over here could look quite nice, just to kind of obscure that a bit. There's a little forest there. Well, I don't mean obscure. I mean to make it look a bit more interesting if you look back there, so it doesn't look as flat. I was thinking about maybe obscuring the bend so you don't see the end of the world there, but that is not what I was actually planning to do at the moment. Just something like that. Maybe put a little hill in underneath so that there's a reason for this being forest. That's too much. Just something like that, maybe. Oh, that's a bit too high, I think. I think I need to lower this little peak there. Something like that. That looks good. Okay. Time to cut back the edge a little bit to make the shapes less rectangular. Or less edgy, if you will. Back here as well a little, even though this doesn't really matter. Okay, let's grab the forest texture. Just something like that. It doesn't have to be exact. Yeah, I like that. So from over here, you've got a little bit more scenery back there. And then you've got this big open area there, which I'm not entirely sure what I'll put in there yet. I suppose... Okay, I'm going to draw in the ballast underneath the tracks first, and then I'm going to put in the trees and shrubs on the sides, because that will determine how much would be visible beyond the tracks, and then that in turn will determine how much I would need to build. Will you add some forest on the mountain side of the river, as per here, roughly? I don't think so. I think I want to, well, I might. It depends on how it's going, what the scenery will look like going further along the valley on the left, I guess, because the upside of doing that would be that it might help obscure the end of the river. But the downside is that it's, well, that's not really how I had imagined this. But I might do it. I can try it. Might be good at hiding it. Okay, just something, putting in something very rough. Okay, well, since I've already got it, I can try it. You mean something like that? Maybe coming over a little bit more like this. Yeah, I suppose that does look quite nice. Doesn't even look like I have to remove that many trees. From the edges, I mean. A little bit more. Yeah, I mean, that looks pretty good, except this area, that looks copied. Let's delete a couple of the trees there. Let's delete a couple of them. Actually, no, actually, I don't really want to delete those. Just want to move those a bit. Rough. Yes. Oh, I see. Have you found your inner canine? Yes, XT. Probably. I know the yes wasn't meant for that. That was already there previously. Yes, don't need that anymore. Okay. Just saw something on my desktop that I didn't need, so I deleted it. Okay, that looks quite nice. I'm probably still going to extend the river by one baseboard that way, because you can quite clearly see that there's nothing there. So let's do that now. Let's do it now. 10 meter grid size should be fine. Hold on while I laboriously replace these now two grid textures, which used to be very fast and easy, but now is a lot more convoluted. There we go. And by a lot more, I mean like maybe 10 times, takes 10 times as long, I would say. I think I'm probably going to make the river go around a gradual curve like that. That way I'll be able to hide the portals and the river will, the end of the river will also not be visible. Plus the tracks will go in the right direction, because I'd always imagined the main line to kind of come from up here a bit. Annoying, but well. Okay, I don't even think I need to do much more terraforming work here. I think just putting in the mud texture itself should be enough. It's so nice being doing work on faraway areas where you don't need to put in a lot of detailing. Now, I love detailing, as you clearly know from the stuff that I've been building, but it is nice to just make fast, easy, sloppy progress on the map where it is supposed to be that way, because it doesn't matter. I think I'll change song. Sure, to what? Could I play Yellow Brick Road by Eminem? Oh, is that a cover of the Wizard of Oz song? Just follow the yellow brick road. Just follow the yellow brick road. And something, something, something. Because of the wonderful things he does. I highly doubt it. No. You suggest that? What is that? Oh, that. Eminem's a rapper, as far as I've heard. Oh, I see. It's a rap. I don't recall seeing that name written. Okay, and this can go something like that. Yes, indeed. I think there was a 5-meter high embankment. Yes, indeed, 5 meters. That was actually a bit much. I don't want that to be that wide. I just want to click each of the tracks once with the smooth spline height tool. I always call it the terrain, the alignment tool, like aligning the terrain to the spline. But I guess they call it smooth spline height, which is a bit of, doesn't sound that, but like that's not what it does though. It puts the terrain up to the spline. It doesn't set the height of the spline, unless you've not got fixed. But even if you don't have fixed height spline points, it doesn't change it much, at least. Okay, now let's grab ourselves some portals. Oh, sorry, no, that's tomorrow's stream. Kango's stream. Okay. I'll put the terrain up to the embankment height. That'll just make things easier. Trainz, ha! The portals have been proven to be completely safe. The device, however, has not. Haha. Yes, indeed. Completely safe. And that should be fine. Just something like that. Good, good. I'll quickly paint in some more ballast, not that large. Actually, thinking about it, I should probably have a little stretch of straight track in here that is aligned properly, because otherwise the curve may be a bit, the tracks might be a bit too close otherwise. But that should be fine. That should be fine. Okay, so I do believe that I will extend the forest a bit. Now that is an improvement, that you can click outside of the baseboard to paste something again, just so that it's just the edge that's overlapping and actually being pasted, which I think used to be a feature in the past, but then it got removed at some point, but then they added it back in, so I'm happy about that. Some fly the flags of empires, some fly one of skull and crossbone, whether through great straits or great dyers, to each their own. I see. Would you like to elaborate where you got that quote from? Without the second and. What do you mean? I thought I'd moved that. Apparently I didn't because of lag. Right. Great straits or great dyers. Oh, I see. You meant that you... Yeah, right, I see. That's okay. That's okay. Oh, you just thought of it. I see. That even works with the paintbrush. Nice. But now that I think about it, it sounds like a bit like a Civ 6 quote. It does a little. Okay, and up here I'm just going to use the copy-paste tool to make this process a little bit faster. Okay, let's just delete some of the trees off the road and rails. And yes, I know I'm still running with shadows on, but I don't want to risk reopening Trainz in case it goes into a forced database rebuild again or something like that. Cortana. Up next is Stay Wide Awake by Eminem. Cortana, music preference, pattern registered. Zip, registered. Oh, I see. Registered. Yeah, I see. Yes, yes, yes. And then, of course, the correction. I will put a little bit of detail in here, like by just changing the grass texture underneath the trees here to the foresty one, just in case someone flies over here with a camera, they're going to see a little bit more detail. Okay, so what does this look like? From over here, quite flat. I need some hills back here. I'll just drag this over. And that means that I'm going to need more trees on there. Thrills and Spills by Hilly Hills. And Hilly Hills. Thrills and Spills and Hilly Hills. I was still thinking in terms of music. Oh. Ah, there we are. Still not perfect, hold on. Maybe something like that. I do want only a very slight hill, but a hill nonetheless. Although, when I add more baseboards back there, which I will have to do, then who knows what this will look like. Right, over here as well. Little bit of terraforming like that. What does that look like? No, it really does need to go all the way down to where the tracks are. Although actually, well, there is the road there, but I think the road can go up a little hill. If my suspicion is correct. Oops, that's not what I meant. Yeah, I think that'll work. If you've got the render distance turned all the way up. Actually, no, you still won't be able to see it. But actually, I'd forgotten that originally here, I'd used these backdrops. So maybe if I put in a backdrop, just going from there across the river, that might just do the trick. Although I'm not too sure about that specific one. Nah, it's just a bit too low, really. Maybe if I instead just used a little slice of forest. Maybe it's just something like that, maybe? I'm not sure that I like that. In fact, I think that I don't like that. I think I prefer it like this. Maybe if I put a bridge or something in there. Maybe just one of those SAM viaducts. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. Just something to break it up a little bit. Although no, I can't do that because then that would it would block the ships, the boats, the river boats. I'd add the forest backdrop just behind the forest and leave the water end as is. I'm just going to leave it as it is now. And then maybe I'll change it later, who knows. Okay, so next step. Put on some of the trackside foliage to see how much I need to make behind the tracks. I will place some bushes pretty much all the way along here. Not as many back here, of course, but I will place some of them because the lodding on these trees is quite obvious. Like, I mean, you can see the lodded mesh quite easily against the background of the grass, even at a distance. So I think that is important. Okay, let's save. Hello, Imbeck, how's it going? It's going quite well, thank you for asking. Serious Cow King, hello, it's been a while. How are things? Moo, hey, I got a real question. I plan on making a park in Planet Coaster, which is basically a gold mine in a desert, on the side of a train track, with a train station. Without any specific region in mind, how do I call that station? How about Pyrite Plunder? Pyrite being a name for fool's gold. Fortune Creek? Yeah, that could work. That could work. I was thinking of Junction in the name, so maybe Pyrite Junction? Yes, that would work, although Pyrite is with a Y in front. Pyrite Junction, that could work, yes. I like the sound of that. Yeah, I do need to fill that in a bit more, as you're going to see it pretty much head on the side of the tracks, so it does have to be quite full. Can't really leave out any density of bushes. If it was a different setting, I'd suggest Pirate Junction. Alright, that's what... well, that's gonna be it then. Still need to finish my current park first, but I'm near. Ah. I'd like to see some pictures of that if you have them handy. On the handy? Not quite. Yeah, I do need to have some more here. Although maybe I can use some splines to fill that in a bit more. I don't have any screenshots in my pockets. Currently working. Oh, I see. Pockets, yes. I'm in Maine right now, and I'm about 2 hours away from home. It's always a nice feeling when you're getting close to home after a long journey. You can almost feel the comfort of your chairs and bed and just relaxing at home, changing your clothes and things like that. Although I'm speaking from a public transport point of view. If you've got a car, then perhaps it's a bit different, because the car would still be a familiar space where you would likely feel safe. Alright, I see. Nice. That looks so nice. Once I add in the small little coniferous trees, that will look great, I think. I prefer herbivorous trees. Okay, almost done. Then it's just a matter of texturing it and putting in some splines in some areas. I was thinking maybe is that too many, but no, actually it's not, because I do want to obscure the stuff behind the line as much as I can. I remember me and my sis wanted to do the down east turn, which you start in Portland, Maine, and your journey ends in Boston, Massachusetts. Down Eastern, is that the name of a train, like a service, perhaps? You know, like the Broadway Limited, like maybe the Down Eastern. Oh, forgot to mention, it's a train ride. A train ride. So do you mean? Yeah, well, yeah, that would be it. Yes. So I guessed right. Yes. I guessed right. Sorry, what? Congratulations! Here come the congratulations, 2020 wish. No, 2020, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Those are so nice, the floating candle balloon things. The floating lanterns, there we go. Flying lanterns even. Hot air lanterns. Okay, I'll save and then I'll do the other side. And then it turns out that I'm still on the paused screen from before, and you've all just been too polite to mention it. Ooh, sky lantern, there we go. König Ming lantern. Interesting. Chinese lantern. Oh. Yes, oh. Indeed. Which truck do you guys think is better? Ford or Chevy? Ford or Chevy? Well, if the Ford lives up to its name, namely being able to ford a river, then probably the Ford. But other than that, I really have no real information to go on. I'm not that into trucks, so I really couldn't say. What do you think is better? Trainz, you missed mine. Oh, I do like to think that I'm polite, but I would never be that polite. Okay. Do I need the grass spline on there as well? I don't actually think so. Well, I'll put it on a little bit on the left-hand side. Just a little bit along here, because it is still relatively close by, so you might see it, and just something like that. One of these you meant. I think the Ford is better, even though my family members own a Chevy truck. Pickup, I'm assuming, not like a semi or something. Yeah. Well, both. Both? Oh, right, I need to put on, or rather continue, the telegraph wires as well. Your family owns a pickup and a semi-truck? Well, the tunes are done. Gotta go. See y'all tomorrow. Thank you for stopping by. See you tomorrow. Can't go stream. Bye-bye. Make sure that it doesn't accidentally put a pole on the road. As for me, I'm gonna looking for some good 2045 looking phones. Ah, okay. Have fun lurking in that case. Okay, just like that. Because even though you might not be able to see it on stream, or even with my resolution as is, you can kind of see the lines there a little bit. Just a little bit. Especially also if you look down the line from the junction. Okay, so now, what do I need to build behind there? Well, if I put more of these dividing tree barriers, basically, in, then not that much, I think. I could use the pick list, or I could just get them from here. Okay, so let's start that. Let's start with that. So let's put in a dividing barrier that basically goes all the way from here, just straight across, all the way to where the woods are. Okay, now that that's done, let's put on the... No. I am going to put it in a bit more detail than that, don't worry. Although maybe I should go with the pick list because... since we're going to see this side on, having that much variety in there is probably a good idea. And I am trying to place the trees in the gaps so that they don't really overlap each other that much, because again, I'm trying to fill in this to make it one continuous tree barrier. Almost gone through the list. Also 2045 as in the year, or 2045 as in 20,450 euros. Probably the year would be my guess. Also, it would be my guess that that was a joke. Oh, right, these trees. I don't want to put in that many because these ones are quite large and they do stick out a bit, so only having them in a few areas is good. Remember, with euros, comma and dot are swapped. Perhaps. If it were German. Which, I will remind you, it was not. Right, I did think so, but thanks. Okay, just adding a few of these little trees in front. Then it's time to put it, well, to save and then put in the spline underneath, and then I'll put on the other grass texture to emphasize the less illuminated, more densely grown area. Eliza opens door. I told you not to call me lady. Ah, slams door shut. That was quite a delayed reaction, but it's good that she's that vigilant. I'm sure there was no offense intended. Apologies. I thought I had heard Lady Eliza before. Sorry. Well, it could be her. It could theoretically be her title, and it still doesn't mean that she wants to be called that. For example, if you're male and you've got a birth certificate, then having Mr. as your is a title that you can use, but that still doesn't mean that you want to be called by that. Yeah, true. Okay, so would that do a good enough job of concealing stuff that's behind there? I would say mostly, yeah, because I've got two layers. I've got this, and then I've got the trees back there, and I think that's probably good. Now it's time to divide that strip of land, as quoted by quoting a king. Yes. Or colonial England or France, or a number of other countries. Okay, so I'll have one line going up there. It does really sound like I'm dividing up either North America or Africa, doesn't it? And then we'll have another line going across there, and then over this way as well. Only Carol, second Bona are allowed to call Eliza lady. Ah. Ooh, this looks brilliant. Thanks. I just realized my cousins, mostly the girls, call me Mickey. Just realized my cousins, mostly the girls, call me Mickey. A nickname. Nice. Right. Mickey, not Mickey. Mikey, sorry, not Mickey. Yes, Mikey. There we go. I had misread it. Okay, here I don't want to necessarily use all those trees because that would take quite a while to place them down, but... And they're not really that necessary here, I think, because we're not really going to look at this at a right angle, and even if we are, then you're just going to see fields behind it, whereas back there you would see just the empty, grassy void behind it. Okay, I'm going to skip over that tree, but I am going to add this one. What do you mean, well? Nah, it's Mickey, it's just my nickname, which is Mike, and it's just with a Y. So it's Mike. So it is Mikey then. Yeah, Mikey. Yes. Nah, it's Mikey. It's just my nickname, which is Mike, and it's just with a Y. Yes. There we go. I just read it wrong before. I'm going to skip over that one, going to place a couple of these ones in. Okay, so I think that is too dense, actually. I think I need to get rid of some of these trees. Yeah, I placed too many. It's just too dense. Especially when you're seeing the lodded versions of the trees. Does that look better? Yeah, that looks better. So you'll be able to see the fields through them a little bit. One more up here. Now the texture, which is already selected, good. Okay, now it's just time to put in some actual field textures. I want to leave, I think, this central one, this one, as a grassy meadow. Maybe two of the center ones. So I'm going to actually draw in the other grass texture. So a bit like that. Only that is a little too much. Hold on. Maybe with a larger brush size it might work a bit better. And those two like that. And then I'll put crops in the other three. I want a plowed field. Which, do I want that to go in here? I think that'll look quite nice. Although that is rotated the wrong way and needs to be reduced in scale. You know what this place doesn't need? Hahaha, a stone circle. Yeah. Where did you take that screenshot from? Because... Or did you just write it out and then take a screenshot from that and then upload that? Although, aren't there standing stones in America as well? Like, didn't some of the native tribes have that? I know there's the classic totem thing, but I thought some of them had standing stones as well. Maybe I'm mistaken, I don't know. Discard. Alright. Do I like this color field here? I mean, from down here it looks better. Although I don't like that this doesn't line up there. I think I'm going to replace it maybe have it at a 90-degree angle from that. Is it me or do I hear laughing? I don't know. I don't hear any laughing here. Typed it out, sent it, and made a screenshot of it. Like, real echoed one. I don't hear any laughing. Private me only server from... Right. Eh? All I heard was native, which is what I am. Ooh, nice. Kango said about, you know what this place doesn't need? A stone circle. And then I said that I think that I thought that I was remembering that there were Native American tribes that did have stone circles. Because I know that it is usually thought of as a European thing. But I thought that there were some American tribes as well that used stone circles. Or standing stones, sorry. Oh? I didn't hear it. Not sure. Yeah, I didn't hear it either. I suppose I should probably put in a fence at least for this one field. Even though you're not really going to see it. But I can then also put in a fence gate. Or I guess just a fence gate. Now, did I have mud? Yeah, I had mud textures here with the gates. I'm not sure. It's different between other tribes. Yes. That's what I was wondering. If there was a tribe that used standing stones and stone circles and things like that. That is an interesting thing that might be worth researching. Okay, I quite like that. It does look a bit basic at the moment, but then again, it is just a square field, and there are an awful lot of square fields in the US. And I realize now how little those fields are compared to the other fields that I've built here. I guess it's because I've recently worked quite a lot on the Haddon-Cott tramway, which takes place in the UK. And in the UK, the fields tend to be much smaller than in the US. Huh. Interesting. But yeah, if I look over here, that field does look significantly larger. Interesting. Okay, so do I want... Yeah, sure, let's have that there. And I will even increase the brush size a little bit to help negate the tiling pattern that tends to be quite common with fields. The only thing that plowed field needs is a Kirovets near the edge of it. Really? In kind of 1960s America, Cold War, isn't the Kirovets isn't that a Russian machine? Would that really be found here? Oh wait, wrong country and time. Oh, I see. Yes, you don't need to point at it again. I did read it now. Hey. Did you find what you were looking for? Yes. Hiyo. Hiya. Actually, it was sold in the US. I see. And in what time period? Would it fit in the kind of 60s? Oh, the turbo. The Huey. I see. Okay, we've just got one more field to fill in here. and then I'll probably deal with the bit between the tracks. 1962 onwards. Huh, I see. So then it would actually fit in here. Interesting. Mm-hmm. Nice. Yeah, there were some pictures of older ones down there as well. Yes. Good. Good, good. Okay, so... Looking at it from here, I actually don't like those two fields being meadows. I think I want one of those, this one, to be a plowed field. Just because the green, seeing the green through the trees, just doesn't give enough contrast from that far away. Sorry to distract. That's okay, you can distract all you want. I mean, what does it matter if the Milton Valley Railroad gets delayed by another few years? I'm joking, it wouldn't be years, it'd be decades, but it's fine. No, no, no. There's no need to apologize. How about that? Yes, I like that much better. You can't really see it from down, but like that, you can see a little bit of brown through there. We can see fields. But yeah, plowed field, it fits very nice with that. Yes, it does. I agree. Okay, so let's put in some fields in this area. And given the size of fields that we've got going on, I think that two fields should be enough. Yeah, I'll put the... Actually, no. I'm going to put the road along there, the connecting road, because the other field needs to have a road connection. Just stuff like that. Then I can carry on this field boundary. No, there's no need to get geophys involved. I know exactly where it is. Love it. Oh, thank you. No, not phys. Phys, as in physics. Geophys, yes. Yeah, phys is in physics. Geodude. Geodude? That sounds familiar. Is that a reference to something? Please don't just say, yes, it's a reference to Geodude, without going further into explaining it. Ah. Oh. Oh, right. Pokemon. Well, gotta go too. Okay, thanks for stopping by. I mean, yeah, the stream's gonna end in 6 minutes anyways, approximately, so good night. See you sometime in the future. Or the past, depending on which is closer. Bye. Hope your day is amazing. It's so nice of you to always wish that to everybody when they're going. I think I want to leave those down there. I don't think I want the bushes to go up the slope. Will this track be made a tad bumpier? What do you mean? Going toward the bridge? Well, do you mean as in track condition? More vertices you mean? Slightly move some of them, etc. I don't think so, because this is a very high traffic bit of track. All the traffic that goes through the Milton Valley that connects from those 3 lines with the portals all travels over this bit of track. The fact that it's single track doesn't mean that it isn't a busy main line, at least in the US. In the UK, it would be difficult to imagine a busy main line that's not at least double track. What is this? Guys, ever heard of a train slug? Yes, I have. Cabless locomotives that are usually around half as tall as normal locomotives. Yes. Only really used in yards, right? I'm not sure, but I have heard of them and I have seen pictures. Yeah, they used to give more horsepower. They're used, yes. No. I thought of a joke, but then I thought, maybe it's not that funny. The joke was that, yes, and the fun thing about that is that back before trains, they used to actually give slugs to horses, so that the slimy feeling of the slugs sliding around the horse would give the horses more incentive to move, and that's what it means to use slugs to give them horsepower. But then I thought it's probably not that good of a joke, so I decided not to say it, but then I decided to say that I wasn't going to say it, And then I had to say it anyway. Ah yes, the slugs are used for more horsepower. And they are mostly used for yard switching. Ah, so Kango was right. Yeah, ugh, I see. Yeah. Yay? Why yay? Why not nay? Since we're on the subject of horses. I might have this a little bit asymmetrical. Like maybe only having some... maybe only having this type of bush on the left. Because there's no field on the left. Yeah, I was right. Oh, I see. But nay. Right, need to still place the other type of bush along there. There we go. Okay, so we do still have one more type of bush to place along here, which is this one, the taller one. That's really more like a small tree, I guess. Do you really like that, being this asymmetrical over on the other side? Maybe a few of, not those ones, the coniferous trees would look quite nice. But the thing is I do want it to be open enough so that you can actually see the swampland on the side. Well, gotta go. See you guys, see ya. Hope your day is so amazing, and good night. And night. Yes, yes. Thank you very much for stopping by, and good night. And I wish you a safe rest of your journey home. Bye-bye. I am really going to place all the other... yeah, okay. Let's not do it asymmetrically, for it is a silly idea. Although maybe doing it asymmetrically with regards to density might be a good thing. So like that. And then I will also have to put some of those other bushes along there as well. Good idea in theory, but yeah. By XD, I guess you get the joke. Good. The joke? Yes. Let's not have it asymmetrically, for 'tis a silly thought. Monty Python, yes. On second thought, let's not go to Camelot, for it is a silly place. Yes, after the song. Okay, now I just need to put on the grass blinds. I first knew it from this parody before I saw the actual movie which featured it. Oh, yeah. Victor Trainz's Soda Short song. It's been a long time since I've seen that, but I think I have seen that. Trainzig, yes. I think I did. Or maybe I saw parts of it. Oh, Tanzig, not Trainzig. Oh, I see. I just imagined a phantom eye there. Also the letter I. Phantom R even. Exit stage left. Even. Exit stage left. Right even. Yes. Are those grasses too close to the tracks? Yeah, they are a bit. I'm probably gonna have to go back through and move some of these splines away a little. I just thought about when I first started streaming Trainz and how much my building technique has improved since then. I mean, it wasn't bad then, of course, otherwise I wouldn't have felt comfortable streaming it. But it has definitely improved a lot since then. Yeah, I can attest to that. Okay, there's no need to be rude about it. I'm joking, I know it wasn't intended that way, but it could be read that way. And sure, I will attest to that. Okay, so let's put in the fields. What sort of fields do I want? Well. Maybe one of these ones. We've only got this one of these ones, or very few of these ones. I think like 3 of them. Yeah. I think having that along here would be quite nice. What's the rotation like? Okay, the rotation's good, but I am going to increase the scale of it a little, because this is a large area to cover. Oh yes, and I also need to paint underneath that dirt road. Just gonna focus on not messing up the motion. After all, I am actually doing this, not just going through the motions. Okay. Although maybe a bit of a darker color would fit better. Not sure about that one. Yeah, it just doesn't have that big of a contrast with the rest here. Although actually maybe a brown like that would actually fit quite nicely. Yeah, I think I'm going to use that other texture. Ooh. That one would fit quite nicely here. Okay, let's replace that. Of course, not on the whole map, just in the selected area. What selected area? That selected area. Oh, that selected area. Ah, yes, that looks much better. Although I am going to draw this out into the corner just a little bit more. And then I'm going to cover that little area here in the longer grasses, because realistically that wouldn't be mowed or anything like that, because if it's not used for anything, so there would be taller grasses there. Maybe even place a few of the bushes on that area. I know, I'll read chat in a moment. Okay, so, alright, the One moment, I'll quickly just paint underneath that little road. Oh, and then I need to get a thumbnail because we've already gone 13 minutes over time I've just seen. Got so distracted by building I didn't even notice. Okay, I think, yeah, I'll get a thumbnail here. I should tell you what, I'll reach it first and then I'll get a thumbnail. Polite enough to not mean it rudely, but rude enough to point out an out-of-place offline screen. I see. Also, T plus 10 minutes. Ah, right, yeah. Liftoff happened over a decade of minutes ago. Ah, just saw that Alice White was a bot after all. Oh, it matters not. Okay, so, hold on, I thought I'd gone into drone mode or free cam or whatever it's called. Flying camera mode. That doesn't really highlight a lot of what we've done. It's in a lot of other games. This is called a kind of a drone mode because you can fly around and look at things from the top, but I guess just fly mode. Okay, let's try that. Actually, yeah, that looks quite nice. Okay, so with that, thank you all very much for watching this live stream, whether you're watching live or archived, in fact. And I'll see you next time on Kango's stream, probably. Also, episode 2 of the Haddoncourt Tramway is up, in case you are interested. So, yes. Hold on, has that worked? It matters not. All right, it has closed. Okay, so it actually closed itself. That's good. Thank you very much for streaming this evening. This live stream. Yes. Bye bye. Good night. Thanks. Bye bye.